I remember being sat by myself a lot, eating lunch alone, becoming more and more withdrawn.
Lizzie was only 12 years old when her mental health deteriorated.
The struggle with food, I always say, was born out of my trouble with anxiety, because I felt so out of control with everything in my life, and I can remember making almost like lists in my head of what I'd been eating that day, and at one point it was just, that was the only thing that gave me that sense of security.
She developed anorexia as a way of coping with her anxiety and depression. By 15, her weight loss became so serious, Lizzie was admitted to a psychiatric unit for 10 weeks of life-saving treatment.
It was walking into hospital and seeing the other patients there and hearing the alarms and seeing the locks on the doors.
So for a 15-year-old in a psychiatric unit of a hospital, that must have been terrifying.
Yeah, it was. I was like, wow, I must be really sick to be here. I remember another patient there who had cuts all down their arm, and there'd be alarms going off where people had to be, withheld. I called my parents and I remember just crying to them, please come and get me. I cannot stay here. And that was just because the chaos around me.
More young people are being referred to mental health services than ever before.
In our service, since 2019, we've seen an increase in 140% the rate of referrals in.
Dr. Dorothy Newton, a consultant in eating disorders, tell me social media pressures around body image are helping to drive the surge.
I think that in many cases where a young person develops an eating disorder, it is often multifactorial, but we have absolutely seen many young people who are developing eating disorders who feel that they have been influenced by online content, and that has led to, for example, anxiety about their body shape.
The pandemic has had a devastating impact on young lives, adding to the pressure on already stretched mental health services. Are you confident mental health services will be able to cope with this spike in demand?
I think we'll cope. We may have to work differently, but it's as busy as it's been, and it's as busy as I've known it in my career. There is no doubt we are in a different position to where we were nationally about 3 years ago. Numbers are up, they're up across all age groups and in all types of presentations.
Lizzie is now studying to be a doctor. One day, she hopes to use her own experiences with other young people who need help.